All right, welcome back into another edition of Keeping Up with Snead State Athletics. And Coach Patterson, we're here, we're coming down the stretch, so to speak. You guys are sitting here at 15-7 on the season. Most importantly, 8-2 in conference play. What's been going on since the last time we were out here?
So last Monday after we talked, we went to Chattahoochee Valley that day, had a good game. Defensively, we were really good. Chattahoochee Valley is they're a slower paced team. They use two bigs, want to work the clock, want to grind out offense and defense. So we didn't score the points that we would normally score, but we held them 12 points in the first half. So defensively, we were good. Ended up, I think we were up 29-12 at halftime. I know that sounds terrible, but we were happy with it. We didn't play bad offensively. We just didn't get as many possessions. And then in the second half, we ended up, I think, beating them 61-40. So good road win. I know their record's not great at CVCC, but they're disciplined. They're well coached. They just have a hard time scoring. So we were happy to go on the road. Anytime you go on the road in conference play and get a win, especially by more than 20, very happy with that. So then we came home on Thursday and played LBW. They're completely different. They make shots. They play a little faster. They beat us at their place 98-96 in a game we didn't think that we probably played our best. Not just we made shots. We just didn't have the intensity on the road that we needed down there. So we played much better here Thursday night. We won 104-83. So that put us at 8-2 in conference. One of those nights last week, Coastal North, who we were battling first place with, lost. So that put us both at 2 losses. We actually have one more win because they haven't made up one of their games that got snowed out because they had snow down there. So technically we're in front right now. We're 8-2. They're 7-2. We still got to play them again on the road. It's a 1-point game here. So I think it's going to come down. Which this week we got a tough week. I mean, we got 2 teams with 3 losses in conference that we play this week. So, these next 6 will tell the story. But we feel like we put ourselves in really good position. I really feel like we're playing our best basketball right now. Practice has been really good over the last week. Guys are starting to really come together, the enthusiasm. And this is a tough time. I mean, you get in February in basketball, you've been grinding and you're tired and, we'll leave today at 11:15. We won't get back till 2 o'clock in the morning. These kids will have class tomorrow. I mean, it's tough. But we've had a lot of enthusiasm in practice. I've been really happy with our guys right now.
Coach, how awesome is it in a day and time? Couple questions here. It's a 2-part question. First question is, I know you wasn't so happy with your offensive performance, but to hold a college basketball team to 12.5, you got to be proud with that. And the second part of that question is, to win 2 different games and 2 completely different styles, that shows maturity on your team. Can you talk about those 2 things?
12, holding them 12, I was happy with, because we took a game plan, at our level, and I know everybody does it, but we're able to get stats on the whole season. We're able to watch tons of film, which I know high schools are able to watch a lot on Huddle now. When I coached high school, you had to get real
tape.
There wasn't no emailing back and forth. It was a real, like the mini VHS.
That's right, like an 8mm.
Yeah. So anyway, we're able to scout and know what each person does. And their guards don't shoot it real well, so we went under every screen. We stayed in front. We worked for position in the post. I used 2 posts. They just don't shoot it that well. So defensively, the players taking what we worked on into the game and holding the team to 12 was
huge.
It was nice that our team could take what we talked about into the game and really just almost blank a team in the first half. Of course, it seemed like we gave up a lot in the second half. We only gave up 28 in the second half, but once the game gets to a certain point, then you lose some intensity. I hate it when it gets like that, but a team up 20, they're happy swapping buckets. I'm the type that I'm not trying to kill a team. I want everybody to play. I want everybody to enjoy it, but defensively, I don't want to lose any intensity. If that means winning by more than what, I'm not big on running the score up, but I don't want our guys to play a different way just because we're ahead.
To let off the throttle.
But we came back home, we got to play the style we really want to play. And sometimes, you want to control the pace of the game. We want to make it fast. We've got guards that are really fast, that can really shoot, athletic. We play a certain way. We're getting downhill and all that. But like if the other team wants to run clock, there's really not a whole. We're not a press team. We're not a team that gets out. Our defensive principles are stay in front, force tough shots. So if a team wants to use shot clock, we let them. So we've had some games in the 60s. We've had several games we won over 100. But it does show that we've got a diverse team that can play different ways.
This week, you talked about it earlier. You got, these next couple of weeks actually is going to be the tail of the tape for you guys. I know you approach everything one game at a time, but just your mindset heading into a week like this where there's not much room for error.
Yeah, I really just one game at a time. Like I know who we play after this one, but I hadn't looked at any film on the next game. We've been Enterprise has been my focus since Thursday night. They're a really good team. They're 6-3 in conference. I don't think they've lost a home conference game. We went 15-1 in conference last year, and our only loss was at Enterprise.
Wow.
So it will be a tough game. I think mentally we're where we need to be. But it takes a lot on, like I said, on the body to drive 4.5 hours, wait on the girls' game, and then play. Because the girls will get there an hour and a half before their game, and we're riding on the charter bus together. So we'll get there at 3:30, won't play till 7, and we're out of the routine. But that's part of being a college basketball player. They've done it for a lot of them for 2 years now. So we'll adjust. But then as soon as that game's over tonight, I'll start working tomorrow on Reed State, who we beat them on the road already, but they haven't lost but 1 or 2 since we beat them. So it's a tough week, but I prepare one game at a time for them. I know who we play just because I have to line up transportation, and this Thursday I know it's a home game because it's homecoming, but we're one game at a time.
How's recruiting going right now, Coach?
Seeing a lot of kids, talking to a lot of kids. We've got some offers out there. I can't bring up names. That's not something legally that we can say we're recruiting this kid or that kid, but we like the kids in Alabama this year. We've offered a few, really close to offering some others. In this game, the way it works now, some kids want to get offers so they can post it, and that makes them get more offers. So we haven't offered as many as what we would in the past.
That's a double-edged sword, isn't it?
We don't want to play the game where we're just getting the kid better offers.
That's right.
The kids that we like, they know it. We've talked to them. We've been to their games. If they're nowadays, like a lot of kids, I'll tell them, hey, if you're interested and we think we can get you, then we'll make an official offer. You come up here and you show us that you're interested, we'll make an official offer. But there's so many kids nowadays that are using different offers to get better offers. And I don't have a problem with it, but if we're not going to get the kid, then it makes no sense for us to be offering just to be a stepping stone.
Yeah, because that's a kind of a double-edged sword. I see Jacob at a lot of places, and then we got regionals coming up, and I'm sure I'll see him in there.
Like I would assume, like I said, we're weekly, but I would assume I'll be at one place, either Wallace or Jacksonville, and he'll be at the other. This Saturday we've got a lot of sub-regional games. I haven't looked at the schedule, but I would assume he'll be somewhere and I'll be somewhere Saturday, looking at these kids that we've been recruiting, or maybe looking at somebody that we've heard about that we hadn't got to see. Because like I said, I haven't, boys and girls are split up now, so I can go out a little bit more. Some of the teams played Saturday night when my daughter was playing, so I didn't get to go. I wanted to go see a game in Huntsville, but my daughter was playing that night, and she'll play. They actually in the area finals. So
your daughter's got a big one coming up.
Yeah, they play Tuesday in the finals, and then win or lose, they'll play Friday, and then hopefully, that North Alabama girls basketball is really good. Their area
as good as it is anywhere in the state.
Their area crosses with Scottsboro ARAB.
Man.
So it'll be tough, but I know somebody told me before the season that area, Scottsboro ARAB, Gunnersville, have either been first or second in the state the last 3 years.
That's correct.
I think Gunnersville
Kenny won one.
Gunnersville won it 3 years ago. ARAB was second place the next year. Scottsboro was second place last year.
Ain't that crazy?
Yeah, and that's who that area crosses with. But you make it to postseason play in high school, and especially with a team, that has 5 freshmen on it and only 2 seniors, and I think they've got 2 juniors, and both of them are injured and out for the year. So they've had a really good year. I've been really happy. My daughter's been really happy. So that's what high school is all about. Getting the best out of what you got, making just as far as you can. But I think they can still keep advancing.
Yeah, they're and they got to play a rivalry game coming up that I'm sure they're going to be dialed in for that
Tuesday night. Yeah, it'll be a good one. Both teams are playing well. So I'm looking at my game first, and then Tuesday I'll be up there watching that one. Be excited about that one.
Absolutely, Coach. Any other final thoughts before we shut the video down? Could be about anything.
Just like I said earlier, like really proud of my team. Like this team has taken longer to get where we wanted them to be, and getting really just bought in. And man, something seemed like a switch has kind of flipped up here lately. And practice has been, like they've been really motivated. Now we're at a time in the season where if we go more than an hour, 15 minutes, then something's wrong because
at practice.
We're not. We did an hour, 15 minutes last night, then 30 minutes of film. If you're doing much more than that right now, to me, then these kids are checked out. I mean, like they're tired. It's most of the time bad weather. Their bodies are worn out. They need more rest than anything. We're just trying to stay sharp is what we're trying to do.
Yeah, it's a different era. I remember the days of 2 and 3 hour practices, and you'd be standing on the sidelines, and he's only talking to one guy.
Yeah. Everybody has their own way. Like
I remember those days.
We don't run like high complex stuff. We get the kids a lot of times for 1 year. We're different than some. So I try to make it as basic as possible and compete and play hard and learn how to be disciplined and that kind of stuff. And so if we go for an hour really hard, then I'm good. This time of the year. Now, earlier, we're going an hour and a half to 2 hours. But, I think if you keep them much more than that, then they're checked out mentally and it just gets frustrating. And like you said, I can be teaching something. You might have one person really paying attention.
Yep. You got 11, 12 other dudes just sitting there going, I wish this dude would hurry up. Coach, I appreciate you. We're looking forward to seeing you again next week, and good luck to you guys this week.
Thank you.
Thank you.